Hello, today I have not a new but very interesting player. It is OPUS number 1 by Korean company theBit. It's present on the market for some time, but it is really interesting model that not long ago I've got into my hands for review. So its price on Amazon is $550. You can buy it for this price. It's built using Cirrus Logic 4398 digital to analog converter, and it features fully balanced schematics. So it has real balanced output with separate amplifier, separate DACs, so it's very interesting device. Packaging is pretty modern. It is typical for the common modern players. It is black box with silver printing. It looks stylish. It's great and pleasant. On the back side, as usual, you will find specifications. They are very good. Player support almost all formats. It has a nice 4-inch touchscreen with resolution 480 by 800. It uses quad-core ARM Cortex A9 processor. It has 32 GB of built-in memory, support to micro SD cards with up to 200 GB. So actually you can have 432 GB of music. It uses Android operation system, but actually it's highly customized. So no actually traces of Android, no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, just pure music. As I said before, it uses Cirrus Logic as digital to analog converter, and it has good really specs for everything. It produces 2.3 volts to under almost any load. It's pretty stable in delivering voltage and current for any load that you will plug. So actually specs are nice. Package also, you can see there are these cuts that simplifies opening of the package of the box, and you will have player itself. And as usual, under the player you will got accessories. With this player you will have my micro USB cable, screen protector I've already applied, and some warranties, manuals, and so on. I would like also to show this case. It's sold separately, but it's made by Dignis. It's stylish case made of real leather, so it's nice, stylish, and good looking. Player fits here perfectly, and I think it is really worth. This case is really worth addition to the style and to this outlook. Usually most part of modern players made of aluminium, but theBit decided to use ABS plastic. It allows them to reduce the weight of player a bit, so it's not as heavy as other players with such features. It's just about 180 grams. But actually plastic doesn't look cheap, and it doesn't squeak, it doesn't ripple. So actually it's really nice, high quality plastic that is pleasant to touch. As you can see, there is non-symmetrical interesting shape with bevels on the front and back panels covered with tempered glass. Actually it looks really stylish. Player is nice to hold in hand, but it gathers fingerprints. It is the price that you have to pay for this stylish look. Controls are relatively simple. On the bottom there is a micro USB connector. This is play controls. They pretty common. Volume buttons. Actually it would be better if these buttons were bigger, but we doesn't have this. On the upper side there is headphones output, balanced output, and as far as I know, headphones output is combined with optical out. So it's power on off button, it's combined with screen lock, and here is slot for 2 micro SD cards. So it's covered with this lid. Front panel contains almost all covered with the screen, Actually, screen is unusually wide, and actually I like it. It gives more natural interface. Player run with highly customized Android. There is no traces actually of Google operation system. There is everything that you can expect. Actually, it's media library. You can see separate songs, albums, artists, genres, browse by folders, and favorites list. Here you can switch between two SD cards. Actually, screen is pretty responsive. I just don't see it through camera where I tap correctly. Play screen is absolutely common. There are all data that you need. When you swipe from swipe, just press this button. Here is simple settings: equalizer on off, balanced output on off, sleep timer, and screen brightness. And here you can access to more settings. Equalizer with its settings, is balanced output on, language, screen brightness, auto display of time, sleep time. Actually, you can set sleep time, system information, update and initialize. So settings are also basic, but there is everything that you will need. Player scan, when you turn on or insert new card, player spends some time scanning it, but actually it's pretty responsive. Interface is really nice, so it's easy to control, nothing extra, but just the things that you need. Player uses huge battery, it's about 4000 milliamperes per hour, and it gives me about 9 hours and 10 minutes of playback average. It depends on what files you play and how often you turn on and off screen. And it takes about 4 hours to charge when using iPad charger. Actually, also you don't have to turn player off all time. It has a really nice sleep mode. When you just pause the music and off the screen, it almost not consuming battery. Sleep implemented really well and works really nice. It doesn't drain battery when sleep too much. And of course the most interesting part is about the sound. Player has a very interesting representation. It is very comfortable. I can't find any other word. It has a nice, pretty deep bass that goes pretty deep. It has a decent punch, but it's not the punchiest, not the most aggressive, not the heaviest bass. So it's comfortable, and on the mid bass is a bit smooth. But actually, for vast majority of music, it is pretty okay, because only some styles like rap or electronic music requires really heavy hitting, and on some styles like symphony music or some heavy metal, extra hitting bass isn't a good thing, so it's represent music pretty comfortable. Mids are also nice. It's not it's also in the middle between the relaxed musical and the aggressive, detailed, dry, natural representation. It is a good mixture of emotions and the musical representation. Also, this player has interesting coloration. It gives a huge width and depth to the imaginary stage. It really separates music into different layers and depths and gives a more than average stage. It's really big. Sometimes it's even sounds unnatural. For example, for heavy metal music, it usually doesn't record with a huge sound stage, but it gives. But with, I don't know, jazz big bands, with big classical orchestra, it gives you an interesting and good sense of presence. It's very interesting representation. Highs are a bit rolled off to provide non-harsh, not this comfortable sound, but they actually have good resolution and pretty normal representation and level of detail, so it's not aggressive but airy and smooth. So sometimes this smoothness and attempt to make sound comfortable causes a bit unnatural sounding, but in most cases I found the sound of this player really nice. It's like, I don't know, it's like comfortable home sleepers that you put on and you are good with them. Also, I prefer balanced output. This is that case when player benefits from using balanced output. So I've recabled some of my IEMs and it gives more driving, more separation, and it gives more width of imaginary stage. There is some slight hissing present on sensitive IEMs when you use with them, but it's not that much. It doesn't distract me from the music, and it's audible only in a quiet environment at home. So actually it is very nice player with comfortable sound for those who prefer such representation. It also looks really stylish. I like touching it, I like holding it in my hand. I'm comfortable with this wider screen. I found his controls really nice for me, so actually very interesting model. Of course it would be nice if it cost cheaper, but actually I think this price is pretty honest. Thank you for attention.